Jesus tells a very profound parable in Matthew chapter 18 about how that we so oftentimes do not see the enormity of our own sins. He tells a story of a man who owed his king 10,000 talents of gold. A little bit of research on this. 1 talent in weight is 75 pounds. So if you have 10,000 talents of gold would be 750,000 pounds of gold. Now, gold, I went online, found out, is about $2,700 an ounce, $43,200 a pound. If you had 10,000 talents of gold, there would be $322 billion. Let me ask a question. Anybody here owe that much on their credit card? Maybe the federal government, but not us as individuals. Well, the story Jesus tells about the servant goes to this king, falls on his knees, and Jesus said he implored him, saying, "Have patience with me, I will pay you everything." And the king grants him complete forgiveness of his debt. And then he goes on to tell how that servant then does this. Verse 28. But when that same servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 denarii, and seizing him, he began to choke him, saying, "Pay what you owe." A denarii, back in those days, was a day's wages. So if you worked for a day, this is the pay you would get. So today, if you work at, say, minimum wage, $15 an hour, an 8-hour working day will earn you $120. And so 100 denarii would be about $12,000. I venture to say that. I bet some of you may have that much owing in your credit card. Possibly. Jesus says that king is told about what this servant has done to his servant, and he calls him in and says to him, "You wicked servant, I forgave you all that debt because you pleaded with me. And should not you have had mercy on your fellow servant as I had mercy on you?" And he had him thrown into jail. See, this guy totally was oblivious of how much he had been forgiven. And so were we.